Deku XYN. So his birthday's coming up. You got him this All Might thing that's really, really rare. Only 5 were made in the entire world. And he was gonna get it, but with school traveling up, he didn't really have time to get it. So, of course, he was bummed out, but he was like, I can always ask Momo to make it for me or something, even though it wouldn't be the same. So you guys are studying on his birthday because that's what he wanted to do. You asked him what he wanted to do, and he was like, I just want to study for a bit. You're like, all right, just let me know whatever you want to do. He was like, okay. So you and Deku study for hours. You have his birthday gift under like the desk that you were at, and you're swaying side to side, looking all happy and jolly. And Deku was like, why do you look so happy, Wyan? You're like, oh, it's nothing. And you keep swaying side to side, being happy. And he was like, oh, are you happy studying? Oh, and you laughed. You're like, no, I hate studying with all my life. But today's a little worth it. He looked at you confused. He started mumbling to himself, and you were like, Deku, stop mumbling. We talked about this. He was like, wow, why are you so happy? You've had it already wrapped, so you picked it up and you gave it to him. He was like, what's this? I'm like, and you were like, happy birthday! And everyone popped out like a surprise birthday party. And he was like, oh, we got everybody here. Even Bakugo was there, like, happy birthday, you damn nerd. And he was like, Kachan, what are you doing here? He was like, your stupid significant other asked me to be here, so I came, I guess. He chuckled, and Mina was like, open the thing, she, they, him got you. You're like, okay. So, not you, Deku. Deku was like, okay. So Deku opens it, looks at it. His eyes turned bigger than his eyes already are. He's jumping around. He's becoming this big ball of more sunshine than he already is. He's like, is this what I think it is? Is this what I think it is? You're like, yes, babe. He was like, puppy, you didn't. You're like, oh, I did. He looked at it. He set it down, and he started jumping everywhere because he was that happy, and everyone's laughing. Even Bakugo's laughing. He comes up, gives you the tightest hug ever, and you're like, oh, glad you're happy. He was like, happy? This is the rarest All Might thing ever. Only 5 were made in the entire world. How'd you get it? And you were like, don't worry about it. So he gets your arm. He gets the thing that you got him. He drags you into his room, and he sits up with his other All Might stuff, right? And he's just being so happy. He was like, I gotta tell All Might. You're like, okay. All Might heard about it. He looked and he was like, oh, you got it, that young Midoriya. You're like, no, they got it for me. All Might's like, oh, happy birthday, young Midoriya. Thank you, your name. He's been wanting it for a while. You're like, I know. I'm kind of his significant other. I can kind of tell. You guys laughed it off and gave you the biggest hug, and he was like, puppy, thank you. You're like, don't thank me, it's your birthday. And Deku was like, oh, wait till your birthday, I'm gonna get you something. And you were like, don't get me anything. He was like, I ain't gonna listen. So this was requested by Valerie, so I take emails because I really got to figure out this comment thing, but I take emails, and thank you for 78 to 79 subs. That is in the past, like, few days, because, like, a few days ago, I have only had 34, then 50, and then now 70, 80, or 9, so I just want to thank each and every one of you. I will leave my email down in the description. Please email me if you want any characters. If I don't have my comments on, I will always answer your emails. I will try to look at them. I won't answer them, but I'll try to look at them. So, Thank you and have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, noon, morning.